Welcome to this comprehensive guide on self-service portals. In this series, we'll explore how to build user-friendly interfaces that empower your users to report and track incidents independently. Self-service portals are becoming essential in modern incident management, allowing organizations to streamline their support processes while giving users control and visibility. Let's dive in. Self-service portals are web applications that allow customers and employees to submit incidents, view their status, and track progress without needing to contact support directly. Think of them as a bridge between users and your incident management system. Instead of calling or emailing support, users can log in, fill out a form with their issue details, and immediately get a ticket number. The key benefits include reducing the manual work your support team handles, ensuring consistent data capture through standardized forms, enabling 24/7 availability for users, and providing real-time transparency into incident status. Self-service portals deliver significant advantages for both your organization and your users. First, faster resolution. Users receive immediate acknowledgement of their incidents and can track progress in real time, reducing anxiety about their issues. Second, better data quality. Standardized forms capture consistent information that's easier to analyze and categorize. Third, cost reduction. Automating the intake process reduces the manual work your team must perform, lowering operational expenses. Fourth, improved user satisfaction. Availability around the clock and transparency about incident status create a better experience. Fifth, workflow efficiency. Automated routing and assignment ensure incidents reach the right team immediately. Finally, scalability. Your organization can handle increased incident volume without proportionally increasing staff. Every effective self-service portal needs several core features. First, an incident submission form that guides users through the process with drop-downs, text fields, and file upload capabilities to capture all necessary details in a structured way. Second, a status tracking dashboard where users can see their incidents in real time, understand current status, identify their assigned technician, and view estimated resolution time. Third, knowledge base integration that provides self-help resources and frequently asked questions, allowing many users to find solutions without submitting tickets at all. Fourth, a notification system that keeps users informed through email and in-app alerts whenever their incident status changes. Fifth, search and filter capabilities so users can find their historical incidents and filter by status, date range, or category. Finally, secure user authentication with role-based access control to ensure users only see their own incidents and sensitive data remains protected. Creating an effective portal starts with smart design choices. First, keep it simple. Minimize the number of form fields, use intuitive navigation, and reduce cognitive load so users aren't overwhelmed. A confused user is less likely to complete their submission. Second, make it mobile responsive. Your users will access the portal from smartphones, tablets, and desktops, so your design must adapt seamlessly to all screen sizes. Third, prioritize accessibility. Support screen readers for visually impaired users, enable keyboard navigation for those who can't use a mouse, and follow web content accessibility guidelines. Fourth, provide clear visual feedback. Use status indicators to show incident progress, display error messages when validation fails, and show confirmation dialogues for important actions so users always know what's happening. Your self-service portal doesn't operate in isolation. It must connect seamlessly with your incident management system. Here's how it works. A user submits an incident through the portal, the data transmits through an application programming interface, or API, and your incident management system automatically creates and routes the ticket. This integration enables real-time synchronization, meaning status updates from your incident management system instantly appear in the portal. It also enables automated routing, where incidents are automatically assigned based on category, priority, and team availability. The portal enforces data validation before submission, ensuring required fields are filled and data formats are correct. Finally, all activities are logged in an audit trail for compliance and troubleshooting purposes. security cannot be an afterthought. Your portal handles sensitive user information and must protect it rigorously. For authentication and authorization, implement multi-factor authentication to prevent unauthorized access, use role-based access control to limit what each user can view, and manage session timeouts to automatically log out inactive users. For data protection, encrypt all data traveling between the portal and your servers using transport layer security. Encrypt sensitive data at rest in your databases and mask personally identifiable information like social security numbers. For compliance, ensure your portal meets general data protection regulation requirements if you serve European users. Achieve service organization, Control 2 audit certification if required by your industry, and comply with industry-specific standards like HIPAA for healthcare or PCI DSS for payment processing. Finally, implement comprehensive monitoring and logging to detect suspicious activity, set up alerts for anomalies, and conduct regular security assessments to identify vulnerabilities. Successfully implementing a self-service portal requires a structured approach. Start with planning and design. Identify your user personas and their pain points, define the portal workflows, and gather detailed requirements for what the system must do. Next, build and test. Create responsive and accessible interfaces, conduct thorough usability testing to ensure users can complete tasks easily, and perform security testing to identify vulnerabilities. Then, deploy and train. Use a phased rollout, starting with a pilot group before full deployment to identify issues early, provide comprehensive user training and documentation, and establish support channels for questions. Finally, monitor and optimize continuously. Gather user feedback through surveys and support tickets, analyze portal analytics to identify bottlenecks, and iteratively improve features and performance based on real-world usage data. Let's recap what we've learned. Self-service portals significantly reduce the incident intake burden on your support team while improving user satisfaction through transparency and control. User-friendly design and mobile responsiveness are critical for adoption because a portal users avoid is worthless. Seamless integration with your incident management system enables end-to-end automation and real-time synchronization. Security and compliance must be built in from the start, not added later as an afterthought. To begin your implementation, first assess your current incident intake process to identify bottlenecks where a portal could add value. Next, define your portal requirements based on actual user needs and your organizational goals. Finally, select appropriate tools or platforms that fit your technical environment and budget. Building an effective self-service portal is a journey that transforms how your users interact with your incident management process.
If you like this video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Visit codelucky.com for more such useful content.